Welcome to TIA Talks. My name is Jason, your host, and today I have the learner of learners, the Gugu. Welcome.
Thank you.
You were a judge on the last episode of TIA.
Yes.
And also, just by the way, it airs on Thursdays at 7 p.m. on SABC 3. Just for anyone who doesn't know that yet.
Yes.
It is the most talked about show right now on live television.
Yes.
And you were on it. So Gugu, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Who are you?
So my name is Gugu Mkhize. I come from KZN, but through work, I've actually moved to Johannesburg. I've been here for almost 15 years.
Sure.
So I've worked in different organizations, and currently I work for the Insurance Sector Education and Training Authority.
Insita.
Yes, Insita, the famous Insita.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and so I'm the CEO there.
The CEO?
Yes.
And I'm just speaking to you like one of my friends. This is,
man.
This is the next episode so for the last few episodes, I've just had CEOs on here.
Yeah.
So I'm coining this to be not TIA Talks. This is Diary of a CEO South Africa.
Absolutely.
Okay, call me Stephen. Okay. No, okay, Gugu, please continue. And I'll
Yes.
call you Mrs. Mkhize.
Miss
Mkhize. Oh, that's
yes.
even better. Miss Mkhize.
Yes.
So tell us, what does Insita do then?
Okay, so we're responsible for facilitating skills development in the insurance industry.
Okay.
So we do this through funding of various programs, your bursaries, learnerships, internships, skills programs. So our work is streamed into three streamed. We support the unemployed youth. We then support professionals in the industry, which is your workers. And then we also support small businesses. 92% of our industry is small businesses.
Oh, wow.
So we support through skills development. We also do a lot of research and qualification development. And we also quality assure the learning that happens within the industry. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's quite evident, to be honest, because in our industry, for those who don't know, a lot of the people that enter the industry have to be qualified to become reps.
Yes.
And to become a rep, you have to be qualified and you have to go through specific credits and get all your points. And we find that Insita is the best way to do that. To partner with you guys is the best way to get qualified, because I think our brokerage actually falls into that second option where we got our workers. A lot of our employees almost all of them has gone through Insita to get qualified.
Oh, amazing.
So it's incredible because I've seen the growth. They came through as teenagers.
Yes.
And they go through the credits and they get their short-term insurance qualifications, and they really, you guys really hold their hands. It's an amazing initiative.
We do. Absolutely. Yeah. So the insurance industry is not one of those industry where someone who is in high school can decide, I want to work in the insurance industry.
No.
So people will be opting for being doctors, nurses, etc. So we've had to be intentional in promoting the careers in insurance. We've got a very specific program that we are implementing, which is called Insure Careers, where we market and promote insurance careers from high school all the way to university.
Oh, wow.
Because of that. But secondly, the issue of compliance. Our industry is highly regulated. So you need people to be qualified and certificated on specific streams or specialization. That's the reason why we are involved, and we also work with a lot of our industry partners, which is your professional bodies and trade associations, just to ensure that the skills that are being produced are aligned to the industry requirements, and that we're not feeding into the high unemployment rate, but we increase the chances of young people to get into the industry and be employable.
Yeah. I think it's something that maybe it's a stigma that's attached to Insita. It previously, before we even knew who you were and worked with you guys and things like that, it felt like government school. And you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
and the stigma attached to Insita and the way that they train is not that at all. And I've seen that the level, the pass rate in a government school now for like maths is 35% or whatever the case is. And the standard is quite low.
Yes.
Whereas at Insita, I've seen the material that you guys have approved, and a lot of the regulatory bodies, a lot of the professional bodies that offer the training that you've approved is actually, the standard is not just...
Very high.
It's very high. It's a very high standard.
high.
There we go. Those are the words that I was looking for. Thank you, Gugu.
It's very high.
I wanted to touch on something you mentioned.
Yes.
The Insure Careers.
Yes.
That initiative. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Where can people actually get involved with that and things like that?
Yes. So it's actually a multi-layered program. So we started off by creating a movie We've got a movie that talks about a movie,
like an actual short film.
At Stekineko, if you go to there, there's an edutainment movie which showcases the top 10 careers in the insurance industry. And I'm talking about actuarial programs, risk compliance officers, etc.
Which one's the top one?
Well, all of them are top.
Okay. I just wanted to know if I must move careers.
Biased.
Okay, fair enough. But broker was on that list.
Yes, there is.
Obvious.
Yeah, broker is somewhere in the top 5.
Yeah, obviously. Earning potential, boys and girls.
Yes. So what becomes important for us, we said, in order for us to be intentional about promoting careers, we shouldn't do just one-dimensional intervention. So one was the movie. The second part was then we worked with a provider that assisted us with developing an app. In that app, if you go to it, it's linked to our website. You are able to then look at the entry requirements for all top 10, which universities are offering, for example, the actuarial program, what are the points that you require and how much on average it costs. Sure. So we promote information because we know young people they might be in a deep rural area, but they do have a phone. Wow. Somehow they have got a cell phone and they've got connectivity in some instances. And then what we also do on an annual basis, we go to all 9 provinces and we showcase this movie, but we then also work with other SETAs to promote the careers in insurance. So it's like sense. 3-dimensional.
Wait, hold on. You said other SETAs.
Yes.
So you Insurance,
yes. So there are 21 SETAs. Okay. So we invite the other SETAs to come with us. So when we do this outreach in rural areas, for example, last year we did the Northwest program where we had about 1,000 young people, high school learners coming from the 33 schools across the villages in Bakhatla. So what we did was we invited all 21 SETAs there to then say, what are other careers that are available outside of the insurance industry?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I think one of the things that I've picked up from TIA and just the contestants that enter and, I mean, just the people that are involved, it's almost every profession that you can think of is in insurance.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you're going to give advice or you're going to be a rep in some way, shape or form, most of the time, if you've done a qualification, you'll have some credits to bring you into the insurance industry.
Absolutely.
And I find that the insurance industry, like you said, top 10 careers, probably actuaries, and I mean, there's so many high-end professional jobs out there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. What are your thoughts around the unemployment side of things? Because we're seeing what is the actual need actually with insurers and in the industry? Is there a need?
So the 3 categories of employers in our industry. There's large employers, medium-sized employers, and small employers. So the needs are not the same. Okay. A smaller brokerage will not have the same needs. They wouldn't be needing, for example, an actuary. No. They would have a completely different. They're too expensive for us. They would have a completely different skill set that they're looking for. And then the medium size will have a different skill set. But what assists us is that on an annual basis, we put together what is called a workplace skills plan, where we encourage all the companies, medium, large, and small, to submit their workplace skills plans and tell us what are their needs for the year. So that's where we are able to then pull the information on medium, large, and small companies. What are their specific needs? And if you look at the larger companies, so you would find that maybe the needs are more towards specialized skills like actuarial programs, your compliance officers, and also brokerage and financial advice and financial services. Sure. But if you go to a smaller entity, you will be finding that they're looking for sales. Yeah. They're looking for people that can underwrite, wealth management, etc. So the needs are not the same, but we're able to segment what each of the categories require from us.
You've made some sense right now to me, because for years I've been doing the WPSP.
Yes.
And now I know what it means. You kept saying workplace skills plan. And I'm like, WSP. Where do I know this from? Oh, it's the WPSP. Okay, so now I get it. And it works with the SDL, the Skills Development Levy. And then that's how we fund it.
Absolutely.
And then you subsidize it. And you help us fund those things.
Exactly.
There we go. So we've made a lot of sense. I think if no one knows what we're talking about right now, then you need to rewatch the episode because you weren't listening. listening.
No, they know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, Gugu. Let me get into TIA.
Yes.
So as a judge, we saw a task get delivered by Insita.
Yeah.
What was that task? Maybe give us a little bit of background on the task, because this episode, episode 2 of the 3 of the Insurance Apprentice, live on SABC 3 at 7 p.m. on a Thursday. This has been coined probably one of the best episodes ever.
Amazing.
And there's still a few episodes. We're so early into this season, but I've got a feeling that it probably could take the title.
Yes.
We had guest judges. We had all sorts of drama. We also had a surprise in there. So Gugu, maybe tell me about the task. Let's start there.
Yes.
And what was the intention behind it, and how did you guys actually come up with this task?
Yes. First of all, I just want to say the excitement about us as Insita participating in the TIA is palpable. The excitement in the office, and also the fact that people were giving us so much feedback after the episode, because I don't think they knew what we were going to. They just thought we were sponsoring and
something.
We'll just be somewhere behind the scenes. But to give the task, which was so relevant to us. So let me get into the task. We said to the contestant, they need to prepare a brief. And in this brief, they are supposed to sell a career in insurance in a relatable manner, which means that whatever they do, whether they use social media, they use whatever platforms, they must be able to sell the insurance career to someone who's sitting at home, a young person, someone who's in high school, someone who's not, who's just finished matric, but they don't know what to do to choose the insurance
I wish I was there. This sounds like such a great task. What did they do wrong? Oh. Okay.
So they were split into 2 groups, and they prepared their script, and they came to present to the judges. What was so interesting was the twist of the show.
Yeah.
We gave them the task. They went to do the task, but when they came back, they thought it's still us that are going to judge their work. Unfortunately, or fortunately for them, there was a huge surprise. Young people were sitting as judges, because we wanted them to have a first-hand experience to say, if you prepare a script that is not relatable to young people,
they won't know what you're talking about.
They are not going to know. And you saw the show. It was crazy.
Oh, man.
Their eyes rolling and everything. But their emotions were authentic, because they were saying, talk to me in a language that I can understand. If you're promoting insurance, tell me what are opportunities. You remember some of them were saying, what are the chunks?
Yeah. What's the money? What, tell me more. Oh, man.
Yes.
Gugu, can I just say, I just wish I was there. Because we are literally telling people right now on a platform an idea that I came up with, actually, that we could share about the careers in insurance.
Yes.
So if you were a judge and I presented TIA talks to you, would you have put me through to the next round?
Probably.
I
would have.
Probably.
Yeah,
the last judge didn't want to
You've already
give me
spoken so many times about how Insita, the relationship between Insita and the industry, and that's a tick for you.
Okay, so it was more about, so nepotism, sucking up, all of those things work. It works. It's a soft skill that you need to have.
You definitely need.
Exactly. Oh my word. I'm meeting so many CEOs. One of them better have a great job one day for me.
You know?
Oh, anyway, I'm very happy. I'm gonna get probably taken to task, because I'm very happy doing what I do. I'm one of the partners at my brokerage.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going. So my career is actually over.
Yes.
So don't worry, don't employ me, Gugu. But if you want to, just okay.
I'll think about it.
Okay, so the task. So you set this task up. How did the guys do?
So I felt like the brief was excellent, but the execution was a bit disappointing. I think probably they were, to their credit, maybe they were under pressure for time.
2 hours.
2 hours was too short.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're asked to do something and you think you've done it so well, because I could see what actually maybe threw them off was the fact that they've got young 18-year-olds who are judging them. But secondly, how their task was showing on TV is not how they actually thought was going to be. So I think they tried, but there were some very outstanding people who, if you watch the episode, you'll see that they pulled their weight a lot on the task. But there was a lot of personality
clashes,
issues as well, which I believe going forward, I mean, as the show progresses, you will see people are also trying to show themselves that this is what I'm good at. I can lead. I mean,
do you think that as an employer, do you think that that's important? Seeing those. So how did that stand out to you when you were there and you saw all these clashes and all those things? Would you look at that and say, I could employ that person? Or would you say, oh, this person needs guidance? Or how did you take the contestants and the way that they were dealing with the task and the teams?
I think these are professionals who are already in the industry who work in teams, and conflict is bound to happen. So I don't think they were experiencing anything
different.
Unique. In their own teams, wherever they are, they're obviously going through these motions. But what becomes important is that the task needed to be completed. And I think both teams, to their credit, did complete the task. Were we happy and satisfied as judges? Maybe no. But they actually started and finished what we had asked them to do.
Yeah, I think when the brief is missed, if you miss the brief or you're kind of off a little bit, it's hard to get back on track because you've already planned a solution around. I mean, it's like the degrees. You go 1 degree off, and all of a sudden you are in a different direction. So I think that happens at TIA. I was in the last season, and you weren't a judge then, which is disappointing because I got kicked out. So maybe if you were there, I could have stepped. I could have stayed. Oh man. Okay, we know what to do next year. I'm gonna come with my Borat outfit and a moustache, and hopefully I can get in behind the scenes and see if I can enter. I just want to be on TV.
And be there.
You guys all had your 5 minutes of fame. Now I've got to sit here in my podcast studio just waiting for fame.
You do this all the time, so I'm sure you are on TV in a different platform.
I'm not looking for the fame. I'm looking to make a difference.
That's important. Absolutely. That's important.
Man, Gugu, you're actually a joy to be
Thank
on
you.
the show. Actually, Gugu, let's have some coffee, and then we'll take a break, we'll be right back.
Thank you.
The insurance industry is changing fast. The way we work, the risks we face, and clients' expectations are evolving every single day. That's where Sapiens comes in. They're building cutting-edge technology that helps insurers stay ahead, streamlining processes, reducing inefficiencies, and making the entire experience smarter. If you're in the industry, this is the tech you need to know about. Learn more at sapiens.com. Gugu.
Yep.
There was a lot being said about these contestants not hitting the mark and not really getting to the point. But you did touch on the fact that they finished and they completed it. But I wanted to just chat to you about the contestants and the hope that we have in the industry for future professionals, because I feel like what we're not seeing on TV is that it is a high-pressured environment. The judges make it very difficult. You guys are literally tasked with the task of being horrible to people or maybe not horrible, just harsh and no gray areas. It's either black or white, really, you know. How would you say these contestants fared, and did they impress you? Not just in terms of the task, but maybe just you guys, what people don't see is that you walk around, you speak to the contestants. Is there hope for our insurance industry going forward?
Absolutely. They were very passionate. And I remember walking through and talking to them, while they were preparing for their tasks. There was a lot of passion, there was a lot of arguments, and there was a lot of working towards the same direction to say, let's do it this way, in terms of execution of their task. What I think is important, Tia gives a snippet of what happens in the real world of work.
Bottom line.
You've got multiple personalities, you are bound to be clashing, and that doesn't mean that the industry is not going to thrive because there is conflict or difference of opinions.
Every industry has it.
Yes. Yeah. So I think there's a huge hope for our industry. These are young people who are passionate and also want to grow into the industry, and I won't be surprised seeing them 5-10 years from now holding very strategic roles in the industry.
And I think you've hit the nail on the head. We're seeing the contestants now, but if I look back at all the seasons of TIA, I think it's season 11 already. There's been 10 seasons, and I'm pretty sure most of the top 10 that were in each of those seasons that are still in the industry are industry leaders.
Yes.
I mean, there's not many that have, some have fallen out of the industry, and that's up to them. I mean, careers, we all move on. But the ones that stuck around are doing so well in this industry. They are well known. They've built their personal brands.
Even knocks our judge.
Even knocks our judge. Oh my word. You've just, there we go. And
well.
I mean, she won The Apprentice.
Yes.
I'd love to have her on the show. You two would have been fantastic together.
Yes, who are going to be making so much noise.
And you both from KZN.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, that would have been a bit of a problem. I can tell you that much. My parents stay in KZN, so I know the story. But back to the people. Tell me about the contestants and just how they have been. You know, because I think you said there is hope. But why is there hope?
I think you've got young professionals who are very hungry to make a difference in the industry. And these are contestants, they were picked from hundreds.
Yeah.
Just to be in the top 10, for me, I think is an achievement on its own. And looking at the rigor of the process of the selection and everything. For me, I think these are people that when we look up to, and I'm hoping that we don't lose any of them to other industries.
Yeah.
I mean, all top 10 are really amazing professionals, and they're going to make a huge difference. And I'm hoping that we can also partner with them to go and promote careers in the insurance industry when we do our insure career programs across the country, and they can say I was in the top 10. Not that I was kicked out, but I was in the top 10.
There's something else. There's a winner that gets something. So Insita has been very gracious and offered an amazing prize.
Yes.
So maybe give us some detail on that.
Okay. So we are in the space of funding bursaries. And through our insurance sector student fund, which was established in 2022, we gave a prize to say if anyone predicts who is going to go home in our episode, that person stands a chance of winning 175,000 Rand worth bursary.
Surprise! She went home. So, okay, I'm not gonna. So, okay, that's a massive prize, though.
Yes.
That's a full degree.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and we also offer support. So, what's included in the bursary is not just funding for accommodation and tuition. It also covers books. It covers a laptop. It covers data. It covers, the wraparound support program while you are studying. Because we understand there are some programs that are very intense, like your actuarial program. You need the 360 support, basically.
Yeah. Wow. I think that the fact that you can offer the support to an individual, someone's life is going to be changed in a dramatic way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And all because of, I don't want to sound like a sucker, but honestly, it is because of your sponsorship. But it's an amazing thing.
Absolutely.
The purpose behind TIA is to bring together all these stakeholders to show South Africa and the world what the insurance industry is about. And I think this is just on a bigger scale than what you've done because it's national.
Yes.
But you do this every single day.
Yes.
And I think that's amazing. Changing lives day to day in Insita. There's your new slogan.
Yes.
Man. Okay. So, Gugu,
You could be our marketing and PR. Saloshni must watch out.
Side gig. Oh, she's outside. I'm not trying to get your job. Don't worry. We need to stop with that because now, where do I send my CV, Gugu? So we've touched on the task and the solution that you actually wanted. What was the idea that you thought would come out?
Yeah. So we wanted an idea that we can actually adapt when we do insure careers. Something relatable, simple, easy to understand task where you can be able to sell the insurance to someone who's in high school and they're going to say, aha, that's exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
We wanted a catchy, short, sharp, shock type of
a reel.
Yes, real.
Reel.
They did though. I mean,
they
recorded their own themselves.
Oh, did they? I didn't see that.
Yes, they recorded themselves, and there was a scenario. They were doing scenarios, but some of it just didn't work for our young judges.
Okay.
But I think what the idea was, we wanted a message, a relatable, easy to understand message, just from any ordinary person without really using bombastic words. I remember one of the young judges says, you have used so many bombastic words.
Bombastic.
Yeah, so we
I
wanted
don't
an
think they even
easy
knew what that
message.
meant. Bombastic. It's an onomatopoeia. No, just kidding. Oh man. Okay, so you didn't get the solution you wanted, but I
Yeah.
think it gave a lot of insight to what you guys were expecting.
Yes. Maybe not to say that we didn't get what we want. I now know what we wanted based on the judge's reaction, the young people's reaction. And I think it's almost aligned to what we are trying to do
Yeah.
with the insure careers. So if you were to rate the tasks, I would say 60% of it was there. We just need to work on the remaining 40% to make it like 100%, but not to throw everything with and say they didn't do well.
It was terrible. Yeah.
No. They tried,
They did,
but it was just not catching for a young person, because we wanted them to tell us a message that a young person can listen to and catch it immediately. Yeah.
I think if, just a side note, Gugu, we've actually launched an email address called impact@theinsuranceapprentice.co.za. And I'm inviting all our listeners and people that are viewing the show actually on TV at the moment to send us their ideas and give us their ideas from the task and what they would have done differently and how would they make the impact.
Absolutely.
Because then we can share those ideas with you and you never know what comes of it.
Yes.
So any listeners out there that want to contact Gugu and actually tell them, listen, this is the platform that you should do it on. This is how you should do it. Send it to us and maybe we can make a difference, and you never know what comes of it. Because I feel like you hit the nail on the head, with the task itself, aimed at young people, trying to get, because there is a skills gap in the insurance industry that we need to close and fast. And that's going to take time, learning, development, progress.
Yes.
And it's a process.
Yes,
It's a long
it is.
process.
It is.
But having said that, having Insita at the forefront and the foundation of what that we're doing in that process is commendable. It really is an incredible thing. And I'm grateful to have partnered with you in going through that process with most of my employees at the office. And I hope and pray that you guys do really impact so many lives across South Africa. And I'm sure you do anyway.
Thank you.
Last thing before we bounce. Gugu, I wanted to find out, I know learning and training and development is obviously one of the passions that you have for this industry. But do you have anything else that you'd like to change in the industry, or you'd like to invite listeners to actually come in and say, you know what, we want to make a difference and change this particular aspect of where the insurance industry is headed? Or if there is hope in the industry already, if you want to highlight that and you're already involved in something that people can get involved with.
Yes. Definitely there can be improvements in the collaboration between the multiple parties. So we work with professional bodies, trade associations, your unions, and the industry. So more collaboration would actually assist us in driving some of these programs and impactful programs, and also buy-in from the industry, because these skills are being produced for the industry.
Yeah.
What is important for me is employability. We can train people until they're blue in the faces, but if they're not going to get employment opportunities in the industry, it means there's a misalignment between what we're trying to do and what the industry is requiring. So collaboration is quite important. And I think that digitization is also an innovation in the industry is so advanced that we should be tapping into those opportunities for young people and giving them access, even those who are in the rural areas who don't have access to, digital platforms. So I think collaboration in multiple forms can assist the industry in also attracting the right talent, and also attracting people who are going to stay and build the industry for the future.
Yeah, future leaders.
Yes.
And that's what you guys are about.
Yes.
And what TIA is about.
Yes.
So on that note, Gugu, I want to say thank you so much.
Thank
Unfortunately, our second guest, surprise, the eliminated contestant of the last episode of the TIA couldn't be here. She is man down with the flu. So we wish her well. We wish her well.
Yes.
But I think it was just an excuse, not to talk to me about the elimination.
I can't say that.
No, but thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you as a guest.
Thank you.
I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. Keep well.
Okay, cool.